From the Home Slice News Center, this is the Daily Slice for Thursday, August 3rd, 2023. I'm D. Ray Knight. This is what's going on. A Rapid City man charged with threat of felony terrorism will face a retrial. Lucien Celestine is accused of threatening to kill former President Donald Trump in June of 2020. Celestine had a 2-day trial in early July, but the jury was unable to come to a unanimous decision. The state announced Tuesday that they are asking for a retrial. The new trial will be held in January, and Celestine will not be allowed to represent himself. That request was denied by a judge. The Pennington County Sheriff's Office has a new director of the Ignite program. Amy Rose has the story.
The Pennington County Sheriff's Office has announced its new director for the Ignite program. Jessica A. Frank was selected from a field of more than a dozen candidates to run the program. Launched in May and offered to inmates of the county jail, Ignite would provide a variety of education and employment services, as well as help with substance abuse issues. The program would combine existing services under one umbrella to make them more accessible to Pennington County inmates. The goals of the program are to reduce inmate-to-inmate and inmate-correctional officer violence, as well as reduce recidivism by providing the resources and skills needed to succeed once released.
Monument Health will keep the public informed once again this year as they begin their daily rally report tomorrow. The report will be updated each morning from Friday, August 5th to Sunday, August 14th. It'll show the number of rally-related inpatients and ER visits for a 24-hour period. Monument Health begins preparations for the rally up to a year in advance, both as a system and in cooperation with local, regional, and state authorities. The daily snapshots posted on Monument Health's website provide an informative perspective as to the rally's impact on the region's healthcare facilities. In national and international news, Donald Trump is due in federal court in Washington, D.C. today to answer charges he sought to overturn his 2020 presidential election loss. The Republican former president will be facing a judge near the U.S. Capitol building that his supporters stormed on January 6, 2021. In what's become a familiar but nonetheless stunning ritual, Trump is expected to be processed by law enforcement. Trump is expected to be taken into custody and enter a not guilty plea in front of a judge before being released. Then Trump can rejoin the 2024 campaign trail as he seeks to reclaim the White House. The Parkland school massacre will be reenacted today as part of a lawsuit. Amy Rose explains.
Ballistics experts will fire up to 139 shots at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School on Friday during a reenactment of the 2018 Parkland massacre. The reenactment is part of a lawsuit that accuses a sheriff's deputy of failing in his duty to protect the victims. As the reenactment takes place, technicians outside a 3-story classroom building will record the sound of the shots, seeking to capture what the deputy assigned to the school heard during the 6-minute attack. The shooting sparked a nationwide movement for gun control, left 17 dead, 17 wounded, and hundreds traumatized in the South Florida community. Former Stoneman Douglas student Nicholas Cruz pleaded guilty in 2021 and was sentenced to life in prison.
Russian shelling has damaged a landmark church in the city of Kherson that once held the remains of a renowned 18th century commander who exerted Russian control and annexed the Crimean Peninsula. Ukraine's emergency service said 4 of its workers were wounded in a second round of shelling on Thursday as they fought the fire at St. Catherine's Cathedral. Authorities say 4 other people were wounded in the first attack, which also hit a trolley bus. The shelling followed an attack on a beloved Orthodox cathedral that was severely damaged in a missile strike last week in Odessa. These attacks underline the war's risk to Ukraine's cultural monuments. Your weather forecast from the Home Slice Weather Center. Thunderstorms likely with gusty winds, even some small hail, and a high of 80. Storms likely tonight and 64. And that was your Daily Slice for Thursday, August 3rd, 2023. The Daily Slice is a production of Home Slice Media Group, hosted by D. Ray Knight with Amy Rose. Executive producer Mark Houston. Engineered by Chris Jacquez. I'm D. Ray Knight. Have a great day.